Yo, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video, and today, surprising enough, I'm talking about Transformers. I know that's a big shock to a lot of people, as opposed to my other usual content, talking about Transformers, but we're doing it anyways. So Takara-TOMY has released this teaser image that shows some of the silhouettes of upcoming figures. They've done this in the past, but two of them are actually brand new teasers. So the first figure I'm going to mention here is actually the third figure in this photo. It's Q. So you're probably wondering, is it going to be a new version of Q? No, Takara's just releasing their own release of Q. It's the same figure, at least as far as I could tell, it's the same figure. They're a year late, but I guess better late than never. They're finally releasing Q for Takara. And then we've got Alphatron. We're also getting that next year, so no surprise there. But the two figures at the front is a Bumblebee and an Optimus Prime. And I thought, okay, this is just the SS-86 Bumblebee. Initially, I thought, okay, this is just the Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. No, that's not the case. It is the Transformers 1 Orion Pax, which I guess is going to be a remold of the Optimus Prime, and we can talk about a few changes to that. And then the Bumblebee is actually brand new. That is the Devastation version of Bumblebee from the Transformers Devastation game, so I guess it technically is included in Gamer Edition, so I guess they're not completely done with that. But let's go ahead and start off with the Orion Pax, because both these remolds, from what we could tell, is actually very fascinating. It's not just a quick remold, and I kind of figured with Orion Pax, because he needed the new chest. As well, you could see that some of the abdomen has been changed. I think that's still part of that chest piece, but the shoulder pieces for the headlights, or not the headlights, but the top lights, seem to be a little different. They seem to be a little higher up. You could also see that he's got a brand new head sculpt. It's the Orion Pax version of the head, so it's got more like the crown, and then it doesn't have as big of the ears, and then he doesn't have the battle mask, which I thought was going to be a big thing that they were going to change out, because obviously this has the battle mask. He never had it for the Orion Pax. Now, instead of the axe this time, he does have, and I got the Blockies figure for this, the mining tool. So it's got that little saw blade at the front. It's going to be probably decked out in yellow. But he did use this not just as the miner before he had the transformation, but he used it later on in the movie. So I'm curious to see if they'll do a D16 down the road. I could definitely see them doing that, especially with how the cannon transforms on that, because it's not accurate here, but it would be more accurate for a D16. Yeah, at least we're going to get an Orion Pax. Now, the Bumblebee might just be a remold of the SS-86 Bumblebee. I'm seeing some transformation similarities with the chest, or maybe it just takes inspiration from that Bumblebee, because if I take a look at the rest of the figure, there are a lot of changes. First of all, the lower arm, you can see that it's got a tab on the side there. If you compare that to this has the tab hole on the other side, and it's angled out differently. And you could also see that the arms aren't broken up like this. I know that's hard to see, but you could kind of see the angles of the lower arms there. This one has a more natural flow. It doesn't look broken up, but what does is the upper legs. So for this figure, the hips just flow with basically most of the leg up until it's the Volkswagen bit. This one has it more broken up, so you can see where it's going to rotate for the upper leg, and then you can see the initial hip joint inside there. So with that said, this is going to be a brand new mold. Or at least it's going to have some new molded parts. And I'm actually kind of surprised by that, but also not really. I think the chunkier look is probably more inherent to that game design. He just had a more filled out form. So he does have the smaller gun, and then I could see on the back, it looks like there's something sticking out on the top there. I thought it was just part of Orion Pax peeking through the other image, but no, that seems like it's going to be an additional accessory. So it seems like you'll be given two weapons for the Devastation Bumblebee. So I think that's cool that it includes that. The Orion Pax, I'm more interested in. I'd like to see what else has been changed for the figure. And I wouldn't mind getting an Optimus and Orion, to compare and contrast. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same height as the Optimus Prime toy. I wouldn't be surprised. As far as the Bumblebee, I don't know if I need another Bumblebee. I like this one. I even don't mind the Netflix Bumblebee. So, do I need a third one that's recent? Not really. So, with that out of the way, what do you guys think? Please comment below. Let me know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads. And we'll see you guys next time.